here in Stratton, bringing you some six-man football action between the home team Stratton Eagles and the visiting Cheyenne Wells Tigers. Going to be a good game, has been for the past few years between these two teams. You know, expecting some great action between the two teams. And Cheyenne Wells, as Stratton kicks the ball off to him. Is Cheyenne Wells' ball, and yep, will be offsides there on a Stratton. Defense went too early by quite a bit there, and Cheyenne Wells able to get the penalty called. Thank you to Ace Tire Service for bringing us all of our penalties. Also, thank you to Bison Title Company for bringing us the national anthem earlier. Star Spangled Banner sponsored by D. Melgoza and the staff at Bison Title Company. You can call them today at 336-2242 or stop by 121 South Main Street in Lamar today. Cheyenne Wells' ball. Pitching it back, looking to run through, able to make some yardage there are the Tigers. Able to make a little bit of distance there. Once again here in Stratton, bringing you Cheyenne Wells versus Stratton in some six-man of football action. This has been the premier football game here in Southeast Colorado for some time in six-man. These two teams have just dominated every other team. Currently 3rd and 1 here for the Cheyenne Wells Tigers at the 23-yard line. Quarterback under center. Handing off for the run, and he will get the first down for the Cheyenne Wells Tigers. At about the 26-yard line. Excuse me, about the 25-yard line. Also, this is the Scooters Coffee Game of the Week. Scooters Coffee invites all sports fans to stop by 1231 North Main Street in Lamar today to enjoy specialty coffee, iced drinks, blenders, smoothies, teas, and baked from scratch pastries and more. Their convenient and fast drive-thru will get you in and out and onto the ball game. Scooters Coffee, they got some amazing people serving amazing drinks amazingly fast as the Cheyenne Wells Tigers snap it and then pitch it back to the quarterback. Quarterback drops the ball, had two defenders on him all the way back at their own 15. So threw a pass, was incomplete. So, no sack there, no loss of yards for the Cheyenne Wells Tigers. So will be at Cheyenne Wells' ball still. 1st and 15 at their own 25-yard line. Cheyenne Wells playing against Stratton here. Got some rain coming up here, but looks like it's going to be a clear day rest of the night, a clear night rest of the game here. Cheyenne Wells' ball, 2nd and 15. Do have whistle called on the field there by the refs. Coach coming to talk to one of the players for Stratton. It will be penalty once again there on Cheyenne Wells, dropping them all the way back to their own 20. So now it's 2nd and 20 at their own 20. Got quarterback under center. And now with the ball all the way in the back, let's see, he does a short pass. Oh, off the hands of one of his receivers there. So incomplete pass. We'll stop the clock. 7 minutes, 55 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Stratton versus Cheyenne Wells football, 0-0. The first drive of the game right now. And Cheyenne Wells at their own 20. Cheyenne Wells at their own 20. 3rd down, 20 yards to go for the visiting Tigers out of Cheyenne Wells. Now, looking to snap back. Cheyenne Wells, fake the handoff with the ball. Marriott, he bombs it too far for his receiver. And actually, Stratton holding the coverage there, almost gets the interception. But like I was saying earlier, the Kit Carson team didn't have enough players to field the team this year, so they have fused with the Cheyenne Wells Tigers this year. So Mason Marriott, I believe senior from Kit Carson, playing for Cheyenne Wells this year, was quarterback for him. Cheyenne Wells lost their main quarterback from last season, Zach Dickey, dude who graduated now. Looks like Cheyenne Wells will punt as it is 4th and 20 at their own 20. There's the punt. It is up. It is high. Stratton has got it. They're running it down the left side before he's finally taken out at about the Cheyenne Wells 30-yard line. But good defense there by Stratton. So 2 minutes, 20 seconds into the first quarter. Stratton forces a punt by the Cheyenne Wells Tigers. Will be Stratton ball 1st and 15 at Cheyenne Wells 30-yard line. So only 30 yards, still striking distance for the home team Eagles. Stratton with the ball here. Looking to rush through, looking to gain a few yards, and they will the Stratton Eagles. But thank you very much for tuning in here on KVAY, be it on the radio or streaming it, of course, on our Facebook and YouTube now. Check it out. Goes by the names of KVAY 105.7 on both YouTube and Facebook, so be sure to check those out. If you want to see the visuals of this game, Cheyenne Wells versus Stratton. Stratton ball, 2nd down, about 11 yards to go to first. Able to gain a few yards there on the rush. Had a quarterback under center, pitched it back, and running back able to run a few yards, making it about a 3rd down and about 8 or 9 to go. They would like to give a big thank you to Community State Bank, Otero County Health Department, Lori Peterson Farm Bureau Insurance Agency. Thank you to those three for sponsoring our fall sports season this year. Really appreciate that support. And Stratton has the ball at the Cheyenne Wells 24-yard line, 3rd down, and then 9 to go here for the Stratton Eagles. Under center, fake the handoff. He has got it. Does Von Eisenbart, the returning quarterback. Oh! And before he could throw the ball, taken out there by a number 28, Sheeler of the Cheyenne Wells Tigers. Good work there to stop him. Will be called incomplete pass, as he was in the middle of throwing the ball. Sheeler able to tie him up, makes the throw just go maybe 3-4 yards in front of him. So just like that, Cheyenne Wells has forced a 4th down on Stratton this time. 6-man of football, they're a lot more likely to go for it, even from 4th and longer like this, like 4th down and 9 yards to go, because you can make distance pretty quick in good old 6-man football. And it's on Cheyenne Wells' side. 4th down, 9 yards to go for Stratton. Eisenbart looking for a quick pass, touchdown pass if it's caught, and it is. Like I was saying,
Touchdown Eagles!
Like I was saying, when it comes to 6-man football, you can make distance quick. Stratton at about the 24-yard line on Cheyenne Wells' side. Von Eisenbart just chucked it and found the receiver there in that left corner, able to just barely get past the Cheyenne Wells coverage. So now Stratton ball. Stratton leads this game 6 points to nothing. 6:20 left to go here in the first. Here's the 2-point kick. It is blocked, though, by the Cheyenne Wells Tigers. So stops the additional points from getting scored. However, Stratton gets first blood here. 6 minutes, 19 seconds to go on the Prowers Medical Center scoreboard here in the first quarter. 6-0. Stratton leads. We'll be back in about 30 seconds here on KVAY. We are getting ready to resume action here on KVAY. There is the kickoff by Stratton. We'll roll on to the Cheyenne Wells side. Running it on the left side. Oh, it's stripped out of his hands by Stratton. But it looked like it rolled out of bounds. Let's see, did Stratton recover? Did it roll out of bounds? Let's see what ref is calling, because it was picked up by Cheyenne Wells at about their 5-yard line.
Field by Austin Wycombe. Cheyenne Wells remains with the ball.
as Wycombe able to stop him. However, yeah, he just fumbled the ball out of his hands. Stratton couldn't recover before it rolled out of bounds, though. So will remain Cheyenne Wells ball. 1st and 15 at their own 17-yard line. They trail by 6 points. 6:15 left to go here in the first quarter. Let's see. Yep, got flags on the play there. Big thank you to Ace Tire Service for bringing us all of our penalties. A big thank you as well to the Gap here, the Gap out in Cheyenne Wells, Keefe Memorial Hospital, and Vince's GM in Burlington. Thank you to them for sponsoring this specific sports broadcast. Appreciate all the support we get. As now Cheyenne Wells ball after the penalty. 1st down, 20 yards to go now at their own about 13-yard line. Pitching it back, looking to run through, but Stratton was wary of it and able to stop it before much of a gain, maybe 2-3 yard gain. So now it'll be 2nd and about 16, 17 to go here for the Tigers. Once again up here in Stratton, bringing you this football game. Home team Stratton Eagles against the visiting Cheyenne Wells Tigers. Cheyenne Wells, they pitch it back, looking to run through the gut. However, unable to once again. Stratton has a great rushing defense in the early goings of this game. But once again, first game of the season for both teams. Still, getting things under control. Still getting everything ready. Both teams going through some growing pains. So looking to see how they operate throughout the rest of the season. This is a good litmus test, especially for both teams. Got to call both games last year, the season opener and the season ender for both these teams. That as Cheyenne Wells hosted Stratton in their first game of the season last year, and they had the state championship game with the ball. Marriott, quarterback, passes open on the left. However, Little Strong gets past his receiver's hands. So incomplete pass for Cheyenne Wells. Stops the clock at exactly 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Scoreboard reads 6-0 in favor of Stratton. Let's thank some more sponsors like Gabe Roth Farm Bureau Insurance Agency, Phil's Grill Catering in Arapahoe, Colorado, and Cheyenne Wells Lumber. Thank you to our sponsors. 4th and 15 at Cheyenne Wells 17, looking like they might punt again. And here is the punt. It is up and will roll out of bounds at about the Cheyenne Wells 35-yard line, it looked. I would also like to thank Quick Corner, Lau Colorado Farms, and Hair B&B by Lauren Hill. Thank you to them for sponsoring this specific sports broadcast. Scoreboard reads 6-0 in favor of the Stratton Eagles against Cheyenne Wells up here in Stratton. So we'll be at Stratton ball at about the 25, about Cheyenne Wells 25-yard line. Stratton with the ball, looking to run through. Cheyenne Wells blocked the last kick. Let's see what happens here. Kick is up, and that one is good by Stratton. So Stratton now up 14-0 on the Prowers Medical Center scoreboard. 4:50 left to go here in the first quarter. We will take a 30-second break, then we're back with some more football. We are getting ready to resume action here in Stratton. Just like that on a passing touchdown, then a rushing touchdown. Stratton leads this game 14-0 after they just nailed the 2-point conversion kick. There's the kickoff, and that was a great kickoff by Stratton as it landed just in the corner, didn't go into the end zone for a touchback to be called, and then they get the tackle at about the 10-yard line. So Cheyenne Wells 1st and 15 at their own 10-yard line, haven't made it out there half this game. 4:46 left to go here in the first quarter. Scoreboard reads 14-0 in favor of the home team Stratton Eagles. So 1st and 15 at Cheyenne Wells 10-yard line. The Tigers have got ball. under center here. Will pitch it back, looking to run through the gut. Stratton quick to get him once again, but not before he gains about 3 or 4 yards there. So score 14-0 in favor of Stratton. Still here in the first quarter. Once again, a rematch from the last couple of state championships. Stratton winning it 2 years ago in 23. Cheyenne Wells winning it last year, and both being pretty, more lopsided games. Both teams are winning by 20 or more points in both those past state championship games. But their season openers against each other are always so close. As Cheyenne Wells with the ball, able to rush up another couple yards. Like I was saying, Cheyenne Wells missed losing their main quarterback from last season, Zach Dickey, due to graduation. They did get Mason Marriott from Kit Carson, though. But so far, no passing yards for the visiting Tigers. Third down, 9 yards to go at the Cheyenne Wells 16-yard line here in Stratton. They trail 14-0 on the Prowers Medical Center scoreboard. Clock ticking, 3:40 and counting left in the first. A big thank you as well to C&K Oil and T&B Sanitation in Cheyenne Wells for sponsoring this specific sports broadcast. Cheyenne Wells ball. And quarterback fakes the pass. Fakes the handoff. And there is a long bomb, but just off target there. Looking for his receiver. No good there. And I just want to say something. I don't really know birds too well, but I just saw a big old bird fly through here. The Eagles, they might got bird powers out here. But enough of that. Fourth down, 9 yards to go once again for Cheyenne Wells. Getting ready to punt here. Fourth down, 9 yards to go at their own 16-yard line as Stratton has forced 3 straight punts by the visiting Tigers. This punt will land out of bounds at about the Stratton 25-yard line. So Stratton, incredible defense and solid offense as well to start the game off against the defending state champs. On the preseason rankings, Stratton was ranked first in the state, while Cheyenne Wells second. And so far, looking true right now as Stratton leads this game. Will be their ball at about their 29-yard line.
The Eagles will take possession at the 29-yard line.
We'd like to thank some more sponsors like Garden City Regional Airport, Rancho Supply Lamar La Junta, People's Credit Union of Lamar and Springfield, and Colorado Mills. Thank you to our sponsors. Stratton ball will fake the handoff there, and they will get a loss of yards there on the Stratton Eagles. Loss about a yard or two. So now second down, 17 yards to go at about the Stratton 27-yard line. Clock is still ticking, 2:45 left to go here in the first. Let's thank some more sponsors like Cheyenne County Abstract and Cheyenne Wells, Cook Oil Fuel Services in Walsh, the historic Cap Allison, and Lamar Auto Parts. Thank you to our sponsors. Stratton ball looking to rush through the gut once again. They were able to break through the Cheyenne Wells defense last time they did that. This time only gaining a few yards, making it about third down and 14 yards to go at their own 30-yard line. Once again, if you aren't tuning in already, we are streaming this visually on our Facebook and on our YouTube. So make sure to check those out if you'd like to see the visuals as well. Good thing about YouTube, you can put that sucker up on the TV and watch this game live as I got the visuals of it. Scoreboard reads 14-0 in favor of Stratton here. Third down, 14 yards to go. There's the pass, another long bomb, and just barely missing the catch is the receiver for Stratton. Was able to get past his coverage at that last second there, and if he caught it, would have been a guaranteed touchdown for him. However, Stratton unable to complete that pass. And it's on their half. It is fourth down, about 14 yards to go at their own 30-yard line. Looking like they'll probably punt. Clock has stopped. A minute 50 left to go here in the first. Stratton in a punting formation. They haven't seen a fake punt this season. Doubt it'll happen here, though, as snap is low and the punt is up. Will be picked up by Cheyenne Wells and taken out at about the 26-yard line for Cheyenne Wells. First time a possession for Stratton has not ended in a score this game. As clock is stopped at 1 minute, 42 seconds to go here in the first quarter. 14-0 in favor of the home team Eagles. Let's thank some more sponsors like Jane & Choose and Mr. D Sports, Da Vinci Physical Therapy, Brew Unto Other, and A1 Rental and Sales. Thank you to our sponsors. Cheyenne Wells ball, 1st and 15 at about their 26-yard line here in the first quarter. Quarterback Marriott under center. And then pitches it back to Sheeler, looking to run through. He broke through a gap, but the rear guard able to stop him, but not before he gained about 7-8 yards there for Cheyenne Wells. Trey Sheeler, an incredible running back for him last year. You know, got him plenty of touchdowns all throughout the season and at that state championship game. And able to do something once again for him. It's now about 2nd and 8 here at the 35-yard line. Clock is ticking though, minute 10 to go. Got quarterback under center for Cheyenne Wells. Pitch it back once again to Sheeler, but that time is stopped. If he gained any, might have been half a yard at most there. As it's now about 3rd down, about 7 yards to go here. 45 seconds and counting. Cheyenne Wells in their huddle. Stratton subbing a player out. Let's thank sponsors like GM Bank of Lamar Needs, Cook's Floor and Wall, Community Insurance Agency, and Tri-County Ford. Thank you to our sponsors. Quarterback under center, everybody on the right side for Cheyenne Wells. Pitching it back to Sheeler. Sheeler looking to run by again. Is stopped again. Clock is still running. Cheyenne Wells have always, or at least the past couple of years, have been a rush, like a priority rush offense. You know, same with the Kit Carson kids that got fused into Cheyenne Wells this year. Kit Carson was mainly a rushing team last year. They're a whole bunch of fun to watch as well. So, clock is still ticking. Will end the first quarter. Scoreboard reads 14-0 in favor of the home team, Stratton Eagles, with an emphatic start to the game. Will be Cheyenne Wells' ball to start the second quarter. 4th down, about 4 yards to go. We will take a 1-minute break, then we're back with some more 6-man football. We are getting ready to start back up the second quarter here in Stratton. 6-man football. The scoreboard currently reads 14 points to nothing in favor of the Eagles. Passing touchdown and a rushing touchdown in that first quarter are 1 and 2 for their kicks today. Cheyenne Wells ball, 4th down, about 4 yards to go at the 39-yard line. They pitch it back. Looking to run through is Sheeler. Has some open space. That'll be a 1st down, but he keeps running before finally stopped by Eisenbart at about the Stratton 24-yard line. Went out in City of Lamar. Hope everything's going all right over there. Is Cheyenne Wells' ball. They got the 1st down. Oh, but both teams looking to flinch there, but believe penalty will be called on Cheyenne Wells, and it will be 5 yards back there. Becomes 2nd and about 17 now for the Tigers. Lovely night here in Stratton. Cheyenne Wells' ball will be tackled for a loss of yards there, though, will the Tigers. So now 3rd down and about 20 or about 19 yards to go. Would like to thank some more sponsors like Carberly Realty, Wallace Gas and Oil, Fellowship Credit Union, Cook Oil Company in Walsh, and Tavern 1301. Thank you to all our sponsors for sponsoring these sports broadcasts. We appreciate all the support we get. The scoreboard reads 14-0 in favor of the Cheyenne Wells Tigers here in the in favor of the Stratton Eagles here in the second quarter. 8 minutes and counting left to go. Cheyenne Wells ball 3rd and 19 at the Stratton 29-yard line. Cheyenne Wells ball, snap, fake the handoff. Mason Marriott, the quarterback with ball, will long bomb it. And will be an interception. caught by, I believe, Von Eisenbart of Stratton, and he's looking to run right to left side, looking for help to get as far as he can. He's looking for a pick six, but he is stopped by 3 Cheyenne Wells defenders at the 32-yard line. Von Eisenbart, what a pick there. Great coverage on defense. Mary with a about 35-yard bomb looking for an end zone pass. However, Von Eisenbart able to follow that run perfectly, stop it. So 7:40 left to go here in the second quarter, and Stratton leads 14-0, and they just got an interception. Big play there by Von Eisenbart, who got hurt during that state championship game last year. But, back and seems to be so far better than ever. Has a passing touchdown already and a great interception there. Was at about their 5-yard line, but got all the way up to the 32 thanks to some good blocking and good running. As timeout will be called, we'll take one with them.
Timeout, the Eagles.
We'll stay right here and thank some sponsors like Prowers Medical Center, Golden Plains Insurance Agency, McClave State Bank, Eads Consumer Supply, Ace Tire Service, Peacock Funeral Home, Evergreen Electric, and Bison Title Company. Thank you to all of our sponsors. It is a lovely, lovely night here in Stratton, Colorado. Thank you very much for tuning in to KVAY here, be it on Facebook or on YouTube. We appreciate it, just starting this stuff out. Thank you very much for, tuning in on these streams. I hope you are enjoying the visuals and such. It is a good game so far, but heavily in the favor of Stratton. Cheyenne Wells off to a slow start as they trail this game 14-0. 7:40 exact left to go here in the first half. And Stratton will get the ball. 1st and 15 at their 33-yard line. They pitch it back. We'll look to rush. Able to break the first tackle, but not the next two. And will be tackled after a 2-yard gain. However, we do have a flag on the play. Thank you to Ace Tire Service for bringing us all our penalties. And also thank you to Tri-State Body Shop, Arc Valley Vision Care, and Scooters Coffee. Thank you to our sponsors. Refs are talking while they do that. Big thank you as well to Community State Bank, Otero County Health Department, and Lori Peterson Farm Bureau Insurance Agency for sponsoring this whole fall sports season.
Face mask penalty against
Face
the
mask
Tigers.
face mask penalty called on Cheyenne Wells. So we'll be big here for the Stratton Eagles. Will be automatic first down there, all the way at the Cheyenne Wells, about 31-yard line. Just like that, Stratton in striking distance. They've scored both their touchdowns in that first quarter. Looking to do so again here in the second. Stratton ball, 1st and 15. They pitch it back, looking to run through. On that right side, though, is tackled by a gang of Cheyenne Wells players. But not before he gets a gain about 5 yards there on that rush. So we'll be about 2nd and 10 here at the 27-yard line for Stratton. Let's thank some more sponsors like the Gap in Cheyenne Wells, Keefe Memorial Hospital, and Vince's GM in Burlington. Thank you to them for sponsoring this specific sports broadcast. We appreciate it. Cheyenne Wells at Stratton football. Cheyenne Wells trailing 14-0 here in the second quarter. 6 minutes, 40 seconds left to go in the second. 2nd and 11 for Stratton. Lateral pass there, looking to run it down the left side. Ray shoestring tackled there. Good work there by Cheyenne Wells, able to stop that.
And the Eagles have entered the Central Plains red zone.
But not before he gets it in the 20, gets it within 20 yards here. Just like that, next play's already underway. Eisenbart gets a pass off before he's sacked, and it will just barely be a first down. Looked like right at the 16, 15-yard line. Depends where. It will be 1st and goal here at the 15-yard line, which is the toughest place to get 1st and goal for Stratton, farthest they could be, without getting any more extra downs. So they either score here or Cheyenne Wells gets a good stop. Let's see what happens. Let's thank some more sponsors like Gabe Roth Farm Bureau Insurance Agency, Phil's Grill Catering in Arapahoe, Colorado, and Cheyenne Wells Lumber. Thank you to them for sponsoring this sports broadcast. Stratton ball as they push it up a few yards. As now it'll be a 2nd and goal at about the 12-yard line. Excuse me, about the 14-yard line. Only able to push it up by about a yard. Are the Stratton Eagles. But thank you very much for tuning in here on our Facebook and YouTube page here on KVAY. I'm your broadcaster this evening, Ethan Smith-Senna. 5.5 minutes left to go here in the 2nd quarter. 3rd and goal. And there's the pass, and he's open, but he is tackled out of bounds by Cheyenne Wells last second. Not before, though. Stratton gets dangerously close to the end zone, looking like Stratton going to go up by 20-plus points here unless Cheyenne Wells is able to get a miraculous stop. About the 3-yard line will be 3rd and goal. About the 3-yard line. So Stratton, they just need, 2 just good rushing the ball through the Cheyenne Wells defense to get through it. And that would be a Stratton score. So let's see. White Hat is talking to him, though, calling the whistle. Making sure, talking shop here, making sure everything's all right. And while they do that, thank you to Quick Corner, Allow Colorado Farms, and Airbnb by Lauren Hill for sponsoring this specific sports broadcast. Starting back up, 3rd and goal at the 3-yard line for Stratton. And with the ball, Eisenbar, he throws a pass. And he throws a pass while he was falling down and able to find a man just shallow in the end zone. And he catches it. Eagles, Stratton scoring another touchdown there. So 5:17 left to go here in the 2nd quarter. And Stratton scoring another touchdown. They're getting ready for the kick there. 1 for 2 on the night for kicks. Kick is up, and that one is good, high and inside.
And another good kick from our foreign exchange student, bringing Stratton.
Foreign exchange student for Stratton, getting the extra point kick for the extra 2 points. So just like that, 22-0 in favor of the Stratton Eagles after a nice passing touchdown from Eisenbar as he was falling down, able to maintain his balance just enough. As he was about to get sacked, was hoping, Cheyenne Wells almost getting the sack there. However, Stratton, showing why, according to the preseason rankings, they were ranked number 1 in the state. Just really giving Cheyenne Wells a tough time there. Good work by the Stratton Eagles. About 5:17 left to go here in the 2nd quarter. Stratton scores a passing touchdown along with the 2-point kick to make the score 22-0 in favor of the Eagles here in Stratton. Stratton getting ready to kick here. Stratton with the kick. It is up and will roll into the end zone, and it will be a touchback. So 1st and 15 for Cheyenne Wells at their 15-yard line. Stratton leads this game 22-0 on the Prowers Medical Center scoreboard. A little bit of wind picking up here in Stratton. 5:17 left on the clock here in the first half. Stratton with a commanding lead. Cheyenne Wells, the defending state champs. Let's see how they get out of this, as it will be their ball once again. Closest they've gotten, I believe, was about the Stratton 25-yard line, and then Stratton able to get an interception, and they eventually turned it in that drive we just saw. That scored him a touchdown. So Cheyenne Wells ball, they pitch it back, looking to run through, and he breaks through. Let's see. It's a track meet. He's running, he's going. Is he catching up? Missed the shoestring tackle, and just like that, Cheyenne Wells with a running touchdown from 15 yards in. So 65-yard rushing touchdown by the Cheyenne Wells Tigers to make the score 22-6 on the Prowers Medical Center scoreboard. The Tigers were quick to shut down the shutout hopes of Stratton. Shutouts very rare in old 6-man football. Getting ready for the kick. Here's the snap. We'll be going for the 1-point conversion instead. Will be an easy pass to Sheeler in the end zone. Don't see those too often. More often than not, the teams opt for that 2-point kick. However, Cheyenne Wells going for the extra point, and it is good there, making the score 22-7. Stratton scored at 5:17 left in the second quarter. Cheyenne Wells answers back, 5:07 left here in the second quarter on the rushing touchdown. Able to, six-man football, if you're able to break a tackle or two and you got the legs, you can just run into the end zone. That's a quick 6 points for your team. So good work there by the Tigers as they now only trail 7-22 here, but Stratton still in the dominant position. Been a fun game so far between these two teams, Cheyenne Wells and Stratton. You're tuning into 105.7 FM KVAOY as I'm your broadcaster tonight, Ethan Smith-Senna, here in Stratton, bringing you this football game. Be sure to check out our Facebook and YouTube as well if you haven't already.
Number 27, Drew Fox, after receive for the Eagles.
Will be a Cheyenne Wells kick after they get a great rushing touchdown from their 15-yard line. Was the first play of that drive, and they are able to get it. There is the kick. Is picked up by Stratton. He will go on the left side, but not before finally getting tackled at about their 27-28-yard line by a pair of Cheyenne Wells defenders. 22-7 is the score. 15-point lead for Stratton. 5 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. Stratton will be receiving the ball to start in the second quarter. Just keep that in your mind.
Ladies and gentlemen, the rumbling you're hearing is not thunder, it's your stomach. So make sure you season your concessions during halftime for a delicious mother burrito.
Right now, scoreboard 22-7, 15-point lead for Stratton as they are getting ready to go. About 1st and 15 at their 27-yard line. Under center, they pitch it back to Eisenbart to the running back, and was sandwiched there between a pair of Cheyenne Wells defenders. But not before he gained about 2-3 yards on that. Yep, just at about the 30-yard line. So we'll be second down, 12 yards to go at their own 30. Would like to thank Garden City Regional Airport, Rancho Supply Lamar and La Junta, People's Credit Union of Lamar and Springfield, Colorado Mills, and Cheyenne County Abstract and Cheyenne Wells for sponsoring these sports broadcasts. Both teams are huddling up as the clock is a ticking. 4.5 minutes left to go here in the second quarter. Scoreboard reads 22-7 in favor of Stratton. Second and 13 at their 30. They pitch it back, looking to run down the left side. He had open rein for a little bit there. He was tackled, but right just before the 40 it looked. So we'll be about third down and 4 yards to go at their 39-yard line for the Stratton Eagles. Very close to hitting a first down again. Yeah, 3rd and 3 at their 39. Let's also thank Cook Oil Fuel Services in Walsh, the Historic Cow Palace Inn, Lamar Auto Parts, and Jan and Shoes and Mr. D Sports for sponsoring these sports broadcasts. This clock is ticking. Excuse me, clock stopped, 4:16. Left to go here in this second quarter. Stratton with ball, quarterback under center. Hands it off there, and he's rushing through. And great shoestring tackle there by Marriott of Cheyenne Wells. Last line of defense. He actually got burned past, but able to just dive at those ankles and snatch him down. Will be a Stratton first down, but Cheyenne Wells would rather give him a first down than give him a touchdown here. So 1st and 15 for Stratton now at about the Cheyenne Wells 32-yard line here in the second quarter. 4 minutes left to go. Would also like to thank Da Vinci Physical Therapy, Brew Unto Others, A1 Rental and Sales, and GM Bank of Lamar Needs. Thank you to our sponsors. There's the handoff there, looking to rush again, but they stop him right there. Might have gained a yard at most as Eisenbart looking to rush through, but they just stop him dead in his tracks. Good work by the Cheyenne Wells Tigers defense to stop him there. It will be a gain of about a yard, maybe half a yard, as they're still at about the Cheyenne Wells 31, 32-yard line. Clock is a ticking, 3:20 and counting left in the second quarter. Stratton could just be looking to run clock here and this quarter with the touchdown. Start that second half with the ball and another scoring opportunity. So Stratton ball here. Eisenbart passes to the runner, but went over to the runner on the right side. Went over his head too strong by Eisenbart. Incomplete pass. We'll stop the clock at about 3 minutes left to go here. Stratton leads this game 22-7 on the Proverbs Medical Center scoreboard against the visiting Cheyenne Wells Tigers. Both teams talking shop here. Stratton, they like their times in the huddle, be it the clock running or not. Stratton with ball. Will snap here to the quarterback. There's the snap to Eisenbart. Fakes the handoff, looking to pass left. A long bomb, and just a little too long, as it will become 4th and 15 here for Stratton at about the Cheyenne Wells 32-yard line. 4th and 15. We might be seeing our first Stratton punt of the game, or excuse me, our second Stratton punt. They didn't get much distance. Let's thank some more sponsors like Cook's Floor and Wall, Community Insurance Agency, Tri-County Ford, Coberly Realty, and Wallace Gas and Oil. Thank you to our sponsors. As Eisenbart, the senior quarterback, coming to talk to his team there. Stratton ball. Let's see, refs are calling. Yeah, timeout has been called by Stratton, and we'll take a timeout with them. We'll be back in 30 seconds here on KVAY. I am out here in Stratton tonight as we're getting ready to resume some action. The home team Eagles hosting the visiting Cheyenne Wells Tigers, a rematch from the last couple of state championships. Before the game started, the announcer even said, believe Stratton is 5-4 against Cheyenne Wells in their last 9 games. There's the long pass, and it's caught, as it was 4th and 15 for Stratton there. Vaughn to Judd there. On what a pass there from Judd. Catching the ball from Vaughn was a laser down the middle there. Judd able to catch it there. And they were, I thought, they might punt. However, they called timeout. Was 4th and 15 at Cheyenne Wells 32-yard line. They go for it. They get the first down. Will be 1st and goal at about the Cheyenne Wells 12-yard line for Stratton. Looking to strike once again. 2.5 minutes left to go here in the first half. To score here, looking to give Cheyenne Wells a little time as possible to score. Will be the whole Cheyenne Wells team basically ganging up on him to tackle him down, but we do have flags in the play. Thank you to Ace Tire Service for bringing all of our penalties. Also thank you to Fellowship Credit Union, Cook Oil Company in Walsh, Tavern 1301, and Prowers Medical Center for sponsoring these sports broadcasts. We appreciate it. As the wind is starting to pick up a little here, don't think we're going to get any rain here in Stratton, as it will be, I believe, a penalty on the Eagles. Will still be considered 1st and goal, but now at their 23-yard line. Tough break there for the Eagles. They commit a penalty there. So Stratton ball 1st and goal at their own 23-yard line after that penalty. With the ball, Eisenbart has a wide open man on the right side, but that penalty didn't do anything to him as Stratton scores another one. Von Eisenbart to Gavin Reese. 2 minutes, 2 seconds left to go here in the second quarter, as Stratton leads this game now at 28-7 on the Prowers Medical Center scoreboard. Now looking for the extra 2 points in the kick, snap, set, kick. That one is up and high. Those are some of the best kicks in 6-man of football. As 3 in a row for him. 30-7 is the score in favor of the Eagles. We will take a 30-second break, and then we're back here on KVAY with some more Stratton versus Cheyenne Wells football. We are getting ready to resume action here in Stratton. The Eagles versus Cheyenne Wells, as you are tuning in to 105.7 FM KVAY. Kickoff by Stratton. And we'll be touched back on Cheyenne Wells. 1st and 15 at their 15-yard line. 2 minutes, 2 seconds left to go here in the second quarter.
Touchback for the Eagles.
And Stratton will start the second half off with the ball, so these last 2 minutes are Cheyenne Wells' last opportunities to score here in the first half to, try to stop the bleeding as best they can, as they now trail by 23 points, 30-7 on the Prowers Medical Center scoreboard. Stratton so far with 4 touchdowns this game, 2 in each quarter so far. 3 of them passing touchdowns. Cheyenne Wells will snap here. Marriott with the ball is hounded there and sacked. Sent all the way to about the Cheyenne Wells 2 or 3 yard line.
Handed to them by Stratton's Gavin Reese.
Gavin Reese with the sack there. As another timeout is called, and we will take it with them once again. Thank you to Eats Consumer Supply for sponsoring all our timeouts. And we'll take a 30-second break. Then we're back on KVAY with some more football. We are getting ready to resume action between the home team Eagles from Stratton and the visiting Cheyenne Wells Tigers. As Cheyenne Wells sacked there, now second down, 22 yards to go at about their 7-yard line. As Stratton's defense has been great tonight. So Cheyenne Wells ball. We'll pitch it back to the quarterback. Not Marriott, looking to run though on the right side, is stopped by 5 Stratton players at about the 10, 15-yard line. So clock is still running though. Was looking to go outside, stop the clock, however, unable to. Minute and a half and counting left to go here in the first half. 30-7 is the score, 23-point lead for the home team Eagles. We will take another timeout. This time the Tigers taking it. We'll be back in 30 seconds here on KVAY. We are getting ready to resume action. Cheyenne Wells versus Stratton. six-man football season opener as Cheyenne Wells with a very open layout plan. There's the pass. He gets it to him, and he's running down the right line, and he's burning him. He's burning him. He's going. He's going. He has one on him. He has one on him, but he makes it in before he gets got. The Cheyenne Wells Tigers touchdown for Cheyenne Wells. Number 5 there running in. Got the short pass from Marriott. And then he just kept going down that right sideline. Had a man on his heels that whole time, but was able to stay just ahead of him. So Cheyenne Wells cuts the deficit to 17 and will be going for the 2-point kick. Snap, or excuse me, we'll be going for the 1-point conversion. Goes over the snapper, the setter's head. Quick pass there to a receiver in the end zone. So they're good on the 1-point conversion. So a minute 16 left to go here in the second quarter. Cheyenne Wells strikes again on another rushing touchdown. 30-14 is the score. Minute 15 left to go here in the first half. Stratton leads this game against Cheyenne Wells by 16. We take a 30-second break, then we're back here on KVAY. We're getting ready to resume action here. Friday Night Lights between the home team Stratton Eagles and the visiting Cheyenne Wells Tigers. Cheyenne Wells able to concoct a plan from deep in the back. They had everybody wide from each other. Don't see it very often at all in six-man football. And at their own 5-yard line, there is the kick there. Stopped on by the hand of a Stratton player. Will roll out of bounds at about the Stratton 17-yard line. So a minute 13 left to go here in the first half. Will be Stratton ball, first and 15 at about their own 13. They lead this game by 16 points against Cheyenne Wells. 6 touchdowns have been scored this game. Cheyenne Wells 2 for 2 when it comes to their 1-point conversions, while Stratton is 3 for 4 on their 2-point conversion kicks. Would like to thank Golden Plains Insurance, McClave State Bank, Eads Consumer Supply, and Ace Tire Service for sponsoring these sports broadcasts. Also thank you to the Gap in Cheyenne Wells, Keefe Memorial Hospital, and Vince's GM in Burlington for sponsoring this specific sports broadcast. Stratton with the ball. They fake the handoff. They have a man open on left, but not before he's stopped by a few Cheyenne Wells defenders. Had one tackle him. He brushed that off. Had a second one, brushed that off. Third one finally got him, but sent him out of bounds. We'll stop the clock, giving Stratton some more playing time here. Once again, Stratton will start the ball. Start with the ball in the second half, and Cheyenne Wells will kick to him. Stratton snap back to the quarterback, fake the handoff. Eisenbart with the ball. There's a long pass, but passes receiver. We do have a flag on the play, however. Thank you to Ace Tire Service for bringing us all of our penalties, and also thank you to Gabe Roth Farm Bureau Insurance Agency, Phil's Grill Catering in Arapahoe, Colorado, and Cheyenne Wells Lumber. Thank you to them for sponsoring this specific sports broadcast. We appreciate all the support we get from our sponsors. Third down and 9 yards to go at about the Stratton 24-yard line. The Eagles have the ball against Cheyenne Wells. You know, looking around, Stratton and Cheyenne Wells, you know, these games always have a big crowd here. Plenty of people came from Cheyenne Wells. You know, most of Stratton's here. Von Eisenbart with the ball, faking the handoff. There's a laser pass. And then tackle down there. Judd Eisenbart on the pass. Clock stopped at 49.1 seconds. Another timeout. This time Cheyenne Wells takes it. Thank you to Eads Consumer Supply for bringing us all our timeouts. We're back in 30 seconds here on KVAY. We're getting ready to come out of the timeout here. Cheyenne Wells at Stratton, six-man football season opener. As you're tuning in to 105.7 FM, KVAY Stratton ball. Fourth down, 5 yards to go. They will punt, however, and will roll all the way into the Cheyenne Wells end zone. Touchback, 43 seconds left on the clock for the Tigers to make something work here to end the second half off. This will be their last scoring opportunity for a little bit, as they will kick off to Stratton to start the second half off. Cheyenne Wells, they need points. They need them quick. However, six-man football, you can get points pretty dang quick. Like we saw for Cheyenne Wells, both of their touchdowns, that play came from minimum 65 yards out. So, Stratton, they've mainly just been working their way to score in these drives. Cheyenne Wells, was just a quick boom, just like a lightning strike, just getting them. They will snap here, the quarterback. Quick pass to the left, looking to run on the left side, but was covered by Von Eisenberg. Von Eisenberg has done excellent work for Stratton this game, be it on defense, got an interception earlier, 3 passing touchdowns so far. Clock is ticking. Cheyenne Wells needs to go about this quick. They snap again with the ball. Marriott in the back, pass to the right, and taking the ball. Let's see if he went out of bounds. It was just barely, and yes, just barely out of bounds. Number 21 for Cheyenne Wells. Will be a first down for the Tigers here at about the at about their own 31-yard line. 18 seconds left here in this second quarter. Cheyenne Wells versus Stratton. Scoreboard reads 30-14. 16-point lead for Stratton. A big thank you to Quick Corner, Lau Colorado Farms, and Airbnb by Lauren Hill. Thank you to them for sponsoring this specific sports broadcast. Cheyenne Wells snap. Oh, it's low. It's fumbled by the quarterback, but he hands it off to a runner before. Oh, they're saying dead ball right there as he fumbles it for a second. Defender for Stratton able to grab his ankles. Another timeout is called. Cheyenne Wells taking their last timeout of the half. They saved their 3 timeouts for the last couple minutes here. 8 seconds left. They will have the ball second and about 25. Second about 21 at their 25-yard line. 8 seconds left to go, so they've called a timeout. We'll take one with them. We're back in 30 here on KVAY. We are getting ready to resume action to end the first half off. Cheyenne Wells versus Stratton, 6-man football season opener. 30-14 is the score, 16-point lead for the Stratton Eagles. Cheyenne Wells ball, 8 seconds left to play here in the second half as we come out of the Eats Consumer Supply timeout. This will be their last gasp here in the second half. Marriott with the ball, passes to the left, and Stratton will dogpile on him and send him out of bounds, but not before the clock hits 0. So that'll do it for that first half. 30-14 is the score. 16-point lead for the Stratton Eagles. Oh, excuse me. Refs are adding 1 second, so Cheyenne Wells will get another opportunity here in the first half because, like I've been saying, like I've been harping on, Stratton will start with the ball in the second half here. Will be Cheyenne Wells ball. They don't care about downs. All they care about is scoring a possible touchdown here. 1 second to go. Will be their ball at their own about 34-yard line. Cheyenne Wells coming here. Very wide formation. Here is the snap, fake in the handoff. Quick pass. Marriott finds his man. He's going through the right side. Is tackled by 3 Stratton defenders, though. Stratton able to stop a last-ditch effort by Cheyenne Wells to end the first half. Score after one half, 30 to 14, a 16-point lead for Stratton after one full half. A rematch from the last year's state title. Cheyenne Wells able to take down Stratton. However, Stratton leads this game by 16 heading into the second half. We'll take a break here on KVAY, and then we're back with the Peacock Funeral Home halftime report. We are getting ready for our halftime report as you are listening to 105.7 FM KVAY, your sports authority out here in Stratton, bringing you this six-man football game. Stratton versus Cheyenne Wells. Scoreboard reads 40 to 13 here with about 13 seconds left to go here in halftime. It has been a fun game so far in a favor of Stratton for the majority of the game. They got that lead just a few minutes in. But before I talk about that, big thank you to a couple sponsors like Arc Valley Vision Care, Lamar and Lahana for my beautiful view. Are dry, itchy, or even watery eyes making your daily tasks difficult? Well, Arc Valley Vision Care can help. Talk to them about your symptoms. They can give you help with some prescription medication and eye drops. In Lamar, 336-3111. And in Lahana, 383-0134. Arc Valley Vision Care, your clear choice for clear vision. As you may see on our streams, you know, we got a great view. I'm here on top of the booth in Stratton. Thank you very much to them for letting me post on up here. And right now on our feed, you know, got it on the clock because it is halftime. Nothing really is going on. 12 minutes, 30 seconds to go here in the halftime. 30 to 14 is the score. Stratton leads against Cheyenne Wells. Let's talk about that. This is the Peacock Funeral Home halftime report. Just like a great coach, Peacock Funeral Home understands every situation is unique. Whether you're planning or facing a loss, their experienced team, led by Clay and Cassie, will work with you to create a personalized plan honoring your loved one's memory. Visit 209 South 4th in Lamar or call 336-2234. Peacock Funeral Home, your trusted partner in times of need. Time to talk to you about the scoring breakdown so far for this game. Start the game off, Stratton scored not even 4 minutes deep into the game, a passing touchdown from Eisenbar. No good on the 2-point kick, making it 6-0. And then less than just about a minute and a half later, they got a rushing touchdown plus the 2-point kick, making it 14-0. So it was 14-0 after 1 quarter of play. Then entering that second quarter, took about halfway through the first scoring to get underway. 5:17 left to go. Passing touchdown from Stratton, again by Von Eisenbart with the +2 to make it 22-0. But then Cheyenne Wells with a quick response, just 10 seconds passing in game clock, as it was 1st and 15 at their own 15 after Stratton got the touchback on the kickoff. And Cheyenne Wells, they just able to break a couple tackles, and then the runner able to just send it all the way home. And they got a 1-point conversion, making it 7-22. A few minutes later, with 2 minutes to go, Stratton scored on a passing touchdown by Eisenbar. They got it. They were about 5 yards away, but it was 4th down. And then as he's falling down, he throws the pass the open receiver just barely in the shallow corner of the end zone. And then they score another 2-point conversion kick. I believe they said a foreign exchange student, their kicker tonight for Stratton. 3 for 3 when he was kicking. 30-7 was the score after that. And then just a minute 16 left to go. Cheyenne Wells, passing touchdown. I think it would be considered passing touchdown. Quarterback passed to his guy at about their 10-yard line, and he just kept breaking tackles and just legged it out all the way to the end zone. And they scored another 1-point conversion. So after one full half, scoreboard reads 30-14, 10 minutes left until the second half begins. A 16-point lead for Stratton. It has been a fun game here on KVAY. It is halftime. So gonna take a break here for the radio and on our Facebook and YouTube. If you're tuning in on Facebook and YouTube, we'll start back up when halftime is just about over. But thank you for tuning in. Gonna take a break. Be back in about 8 or so minutes after one half of play. 30-14 is the score in favor of the home team Stratton Eagles against Cheyenne Wells in some six-man football. we are getting ready to resume action on a windy night here in Stratton. The home team Eagles hosting Cheyenne Wells in some six-man football. The score after one half, 30-14. A 16-point lead for Stratton. They were up 14-0 after one quarter, and then Cheyenne Wells scoring a couple touchdowns. Same with Stratton. Stratton winning that second quarter, 16-14. So now the second half getting ready to get underway here in Stratton. I'm your broadcaster tonight, Ethan Smith-Sena, be it tuning in on the radio station. Yeah, if you're tuning in on the radio, KVAY, or if you're tuning in on our Facebook and YouTube, you know, we got visuals here if you didn't know. And I just got word the football game in McClave got rained out. McClave was leading 8-6 against Elbert with 6.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Play is to resume on Monday at 1 p.m. You know, thank you to John for giving me that information. But McClave game got rained out not even halfway through that first quarter, but play will be resumed this upcoming Monday. But right now, Stratton versus Cheyenne Wells, second half about to get underway. 30-14 is the score. They added a couple more minutes here on the halftime clock. We'll take a 1-minute break, and then we're back here on KVAY to bring you the start of the second half. We are getting ready to resume action soon. Stratton versus Cheyenne Wells, six-man football action here in Stratton. You know, believe the storms have passed by. Saw some lightning earlier during the game, but believe that is good and done with. So, you know, that McClave game, which is talking about, got rained out, will be resumed and completed on Monday. But this one is hopefully, knock on wood, don't want to jinx it, but hopefully this game will end with no rain delay or anything of the sort. As Stratton will start with the ball, as they won the coin flip to begin the game, but deferred to have Cheyenne Wells start with the ball. So they could start with the ball in the second half. And Stratton leads this game 30-14 on the Prowers Medical Center scoreboard.
Back deep for Stratton, number 27, Drew Fox.
Has been a good game so far. Hoping it continues this route. Big thank yous to Community State Bank, Otero County Health Department, and Lori Peterson Farm Bureau Insurance Agency for sponsoring this fall sports season as the second half officially underway with the kick. We'll roll on down to the man in the back. Stratton has got the ball, looking to saw a hole in the defense, able to break through for a tiny bit. Makes it all the way to the 27. We do have a flag on the play, though. Thank you very much to Ace Tire Service for bringing us all of our fouls and penalties. Thank you as well to the Gap and Cheyenne Wells, Keefe Memorial Hospital, and Vince's GM in Burlington for sponsoring this specific sports broadcast. Thank you to our sponsors. Blocking the back by Stratton. We'll send them back a good bit here, as it will be first and 15 at about their 9-yard line.
Eagles take over first and 15 from the 9-yard line.
is a windy one. Wind really picked up though, but still a nice, cool August day. Season opener for both teams, 30-14. Stratton leads this game by 16. Will be their ball at their 9-yard line. Looking to run through, keeping all the action centralized there.
Looks like Fox tries the right side, maybe a gain of 2 yards. Second and 13.
Little gain there for Stratton, about 2-3 yards. Once again, if you're tuning in on the radio, make sure you tune in on Facebook or YouTube. Our names there are the same, KVAY 1057. Be sure to check those out if you would like the visuals as well to this broadcast. Cheyenne Wells at Stratton. Stratton ball, about second down, 13 yards to go on their 11-yard line. Would like to thank Gabe Roth, Farm Bureau Insurance Agency, Phil's Grill Catering in Arapahoe, Colorado, and Cheyenne Wells Lumber for sponsoring this specific sports broadcast. Stratton ball. With the ball, quarterback, Von Eisenbart, he sends a long one, as he's been doing all night. That one too strong. Will be incomplete pass, stops the clock at about 9 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. Once again, if you're not acclimated with 6-man football, 10-minute quarters, first and 15 instead of first and 10. You know, these games are fast-paced. You know, great defense on both teams, as very quickly, 6-man football games can get out of hand. You know, called that one Eads game last week. 84-54 was the final score. 6-man football, you know, it can get crazy. But back to action. Third down, 13 yards to go at the 11-yard line. Stratton with the ball. Von Eisenbart got some blockers. There's a long pass, but past his receiver once again. No good. Was looking for his cousin, Judd Eisenbart. No good. So we'll be fourth down, 13 yards to go at their 11-yard line. You know, earlier it was 4th and 15 for them. They went for a pass and went from Vaughn to Judd Eisenbart for a laser to score a touchdown. However, you know, they're at their own 11-yard line. Don't want to turn over on downs this deep. To turn over on downs here would be terrible for Stratton. So will be a punt formation. Von Eisenbart with the punt. Oh, bounces over the receiver's head for Cheyenne Wells. He will drop on it at about the 24-yard line.
Hard to handle for Leonard.
Kelby Leonard there getting the ball. Let's thank some more sponsors like the Quick Corner, Lau Colorado Farms, and Hair B&B by Lauren Hill. Thank you to our sponsors. As 8:48 minutes 48 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Still 30-14 in favor of Stratton. Cheyenne Wells, though, forcing a great defense on Stratton, not getting them out of their own 15 yards. Cheyenne Wells ball, quarterback under center, maybe under center. We'll pitch it back, looking to run through him. I believe that was Sheeler. Oh no, but he fumbled the ball. And then the ball pops out. Stratton immediately recovers. They were quick on the uptake there. As just like that, Stratton couldn't get out of their own, 15-yard line. But now they're in the opposing half after Cheyenne Wells' first play. Sheeler had a good run going. But ball got popped out from under and was recovered by Stratton. Would also like to thank C&K Oil and T&B Sanitation in Cheyenne Wells for sponsoring this specific broadcast. Stratton with ball. Fox was looking to run on the left side, however, is stopped before a gain. Kelby Leonard able to stop him. Maybe even be a loss, about a yard. 30-14 is the score. 16-point deficit for Cheyenne Wells. 8:15 and counting here in the in the third quarter. There are always good games between these two teams. Quarterback under center here. Eisenbart hands it off there, rushing it up the gut. Fox will be stopped though after gaining about 4 yards for him. Let's thank some sponsors like Garden City Regional Airport, Rancher Supply Lamar and Lahana, People's Credit Union of Lamar and Springfield, and Colorado Mills. Thank you to our sponsors. So Stratton ball. will be third down, 13 yards to go at about the Cheyenne Wells 34-yard line. Spread out formation here for Stratton. They step it back to Von Eisenbart. Von Eisenbart looking for Cousin Judd. No good there. Incomplete pass. Will stop the clock. Fourth down, 13 yards to go, 7.5 minutes left here in the third quarter. And just like that, Cheyenne Wells defense is really locked in here in this second half, as this is already the second, fourth, and 10+ that they have given Stratton. But earlier it was 4th and 13, was 4th and 15, actually similar circumstances to right now, and Stratton still went for it. But they are in punt formation. Let's see, here's the snap. Excuse me, he will be going for the pass. Von Eisenbart gets past the runner, gets past the blocker, throws a long bomb to center and zone. Nobody there, though, was looking for Judd Eisenbart. We do have flag on the play, though. If it's on Stratton, that'll be a turnover on downs for him. However, if it's on Cheyenne Wells, could redo it.
Pass interference against the Tigers.
Yep, will be a pass interference, actually, on Cheyenne Wells, which if they didn't commit that, you know, the pass was off anyways. So Stratton automatic first down, 15-yard penalty. So went from 4th and 13. So just like that, Stratton now within 20 yards of striking distance. First down, about 15 yards to go at their 19-yard line. Stratton ball. Looking to run it up is Fox for Stratton, but he stopped there. Let's thank some more sponsors like Cheyenne County Abstract and Cheyenne Wells, Cook Oil Fuel Services in Walsh, the Historic Cow Palace Inn, and Lamar Auto Parts. Thank you to our sponsors. Second down, 14 yards to go for the Stratton Eagles. 7 minutes and counting left to go here in the third quarter. Still a scoreless second half, but you know I doubt we get a scoreless second half, you know, for very long. Both teams have shown some potent scoring since that second quarter. Got quarterback under center here for Stratton. We'll fake the handoff. Von Eisenbart looking for the pass. Short pass. And had a man open on right side, but he is tackled there. Reese able to take it all the way to about the 10-yard line before taken out by a Tigers player.
Looks like it's going to be 3rd and 5 for Stratton.
Will be third down, 5 yards to go for Stratton at the 9-yard line. 6:15 and counting in the third quarter. Let's thank more sponsors like J&N Shoes and Mr. D Sports, Da Vinci Physical Therapy, and Brew unto others. Thank you to our sponsors. Stratton ball here. 2nd and 5. And they were looking to rush up the gut. They did gain some yardage there before finally getting stopped by the Tigers.
4th and 2 for
Will be now 4th down, 2 yards to go for Stratton at about the Cheyenne Wells 6-yard line. They push it up 2 yards. Will be, you know, 1st and goal at the Cheyenne Wells 4-yard line, maybe even touchdown here. So Cheyenne Wells got to put on their A game here on defense as clock is ticking. 5.5 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. Stratton leads this game 30-14, and they're looking to be the first to strike first blood once again here in the third quarter. 4th down, 2 yards to go. Eisenbart hands it off, and he will break through to Judd Eisenbart. Will be a rushing touchdown by the Stratton Eagles to make the score 36-14 on the Prowers Medical Center scoreboard. And believe they will be going for that 2-point kick once again.
Out for the PAT attempt, Bryce Nobois.
I do have, I believe, a foreign exchange student, they said earlier. There's the snap, there's the set, and there is the kick. It is 4 for 4 on the day when it comes to those kicks. So just like that, Stratton leads this game 38 points to 14, a 24-point lead here. 5 minutes, 16 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. We'll take a 30-second break, then we're back on KVAY with some more six-man football. are getting ready to resume action here on KVAOY. Stratton versus Cheyenne Wells, six-man of football. There's the kickoff. And it will be a touchback. So Cheyenne Wells ball first and 15 at their 15-yard line.
From their own 15-yard line.
Stratton getting a passing touchdown there from, a rushing touchdown from Judd Eisenbart. First score of this third quarter. Has been a pretty good game, however, heavily favoring the home team Eagles. They lead 38-14. Will be Cheyenne Wells ball, looking to get something rolling here. Now they pitch it back, looking to run up. Is stopped. Sheeler able to gain maybe a yard or two. This time, though, not getting popped from underneath and turning the ball over on the fumble.
Maybe a yard or two on the play. Second and 13.
So we'll be second down, 13 yards to go for Cheyenne Wells at about their 17-yard line. So 38-14 is the score for Stratton. As they've just really, they took the 14-0 lead after one quarter, and they have just ran with it since. Cheyenne Wells ball, second and 13 at their 17. With the ball, Mason Marriott, quarterback, finds a pass, finds his target for about a 6-yard pass. No flags.
Pass is caught by Fernando Fierro.
Fernando Fierro catches the pass there. Once again, Marriott to Fierro. Some of the players from Kit Carson, not enough players to field a football team this year. So the ones that wanted to play are going to Cheyenne Wells this season. Fierro, very good for him last season for Kit Carson. Same with Mason Merritt, who's the starting quarterback tonight for Cheyenne Wells. Third down, 7 yards to go for the Tigers. 4:25 left here in the third quarter. They're at their own 24-yard line. There is the handoff, and he's able to run, but not before getting stopped by three. Not before he gets stopped by three Stratton players. I believe he gets the first down there, yep, at about the 32-yard line. My number 5, I believe, Smith. Would like to thank some sponsors like A1 Rental and Sales, GN Bank of Lamar Needs, Cooks Floor and Wall, and Community Insurance Agency. Thank you to our sponsors. Cheyenne Wells ball here. They trail by 24 points. Little under 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. They want to come back. They need to start working on it now. Got quarterback under center. And then before the ball's even touched by the center there, flag both offense and defense going up against each other. However, false start called on Cheyenne Wells. Will be first down here as they get sent back a few yards. Let's thank some more sponsors like Tri-County Ford, Carberly Realty, Wallace Gas and Oil, and Fellowship Credit Union. Thank you to our sponsors. Lovely night, but a little windy up here in Stratton. As you're tuning in either on KVAY the radio or on our Facebook or YouTube page under the names of KVAY 1057. Quarterback under center here. First down, 20 yards to go for Cheyenne Wells. They pitch it back, looking to run up the gut. Only getting about 4 yards for Sheeler. Sheeler, excellent running back for him last year. Excellent running back this year, but Stratton's defense, they've just been exceptional this game. The only times touchdowns have been scored by Cheyenne Wells tonight are minimum 65 yards out on that play. Stratton has just been surprised by those, but Cheyenne Wells, showing them that if they break a tackle or two, they are in that end zone. 2:50 and counting here in the third quarter of some football. They will be snapping it now with the center. We got a 3-2-1 formation. Fake the handoff. Mason Marriott with the ball. There is the pass. He has a wide open receiver, and that is a great catch, but he will roll out of bounds.
Pass from Marriott complete to number 10, Levi Mahan.
To 10, Mahan. Mahan also a refugee from that Kit Carson team. As it will, great pass from Marriott to Mahan to advance the first down. He does go out of bounds, though, on the pass. So we'll stop the clock. 2:35 left to go here in the third quarter. Cheyenne Wells ball. They do trail 14-38, however. Got quarterback under center here for Cheyenne Wells. He pitches it back. Sheeler looking to run on the left side, but he has a man on him. He's able to gain some yardage, gaining about 8 or so yards there before finally pushed out of bounds. Yeah, I believe Cheyenne Wells, gonna be doing their best to go as quick as they can and go out of bounds as often as they can to stop the clock as they trail by 24 points here with only 2.5 minutes left to go in the third quarter. They want a chance at a comeback. Being down 24 points, that's about 3 scores. That is 3 scores, but they do it by 8s. Cheyenne Wells ball, quarterback under center. He pitches it back, looking to rush through, and he breaks through, and that will be a touchdown by the Cheyenne Wells Tigers. They score a touchdown just like that. As I'm talking about it, good work there. Rushing touchdown for number 5. He's had it playing all scores tonight for a redo. 2:22 left to go. 2:22 left to go here in the third quarter. They will try a kick once again. Past few times they've been in kick formation. The snap just goes too high up, but it turns into a 1-point conversion. There's a snap, there's the set, and there is the kick. That one is high and center and good. Cheyenne Wells' first successful 2-point conversion kick of the night to make the score 38-22 in favor of Stratton still. 16-point deficit now for the Tigers. We'll take a 30-second break, then we're back with some more football. We are getting ready to resume action as you're tuning in either on our Facebook, our YouTube, or on the radio. That is 105.7 FM KVAY. I'm your broadcaster for tonight, Ethan Smith-Senna. Thank you very much for tuning in this lovely Friday evening. Cheyenne Wells just scored a rushing touchdown and a 2-point conversion kick. There's the kickoff by Cheyenne Wells, picked up by Fox of Stratton. As he's running down the left side, he breaks some tackles. He's able to juke about 3 defenders, and now he gets stopped, barely is stopped by the last line of defense there at midfield. Looked like exactly the 40-yard line. Good run by Fox for Stratton, but Cheyenne Wells, they want to stop that much as they can. 2:15 left to go in the third quarter. Scoreboard reads 38-22, a 16-point lead for the home team, Stratton Eagles. Let's thank some sponsors like Cook Oil Company in Walsh, Tavern 1301, Prowers Medical Center, and Golden Plains Insurance Agency. Thank you to each and every one of our sponsors. Stratton ball, they're looking to rush it up. They're just pushing through. They made about 7-6 yards there before they all fall down. Once again, if you're interested, check out our Facebook and YouTube for the visuals along with the audio here. Will be Stratton ball second down, about 8 yards to go at the Cheyenne Wells 34-yard line. Quarterback under center, he pitches it back to Fox. Fox found a gap on the left side, and he breaks the tackle. Fox there, able to score the touchdown. Stratton's done that a few times, and Cheyenne Wells, they haven't gotten privy to it yet, where they just got a man wide open on that left side. They throw him an easy pass. And Fox just gets it. Let's see the Foreign Exchange student kicker. Let's see if he's still got the magic touch. Snap, set, kick. That one is up good by Stratton. Looked good. Let's see what the refs are calling it. They haven't. As the scoreboard currently reads 44-22.
Referees
looked like it went
discussing
in,
the situation.
but the referees are talking about what they think happened. All 5 of them gathering together on what they think happened here. Because from where I'm at up here on top of the booth here, thank you to Arc Valley Vision, Kerry Kent for my beautiful view up here. You know, it looked good. Let's see what the refs are talking about. Kick looked good. Maybe they're discussing a possible penalty here. Let's see what the ref says.
Dead ball, illegal substitution on the Tigers.
Oh, they had
That forces the Eagles to
apparently
re-kick.
illegal substitution on Cheyenne Wells, making it dead ball. And so the kick will be redone here for Stratton. It looked good last time. They're looking to do it again here. Now here's the snap, there's the set, there's the kick. That one looked wide. Yeah, that one was wide. He shanked it left.
No good.
That one no good though. So a little bit of relief for the Cheyenne Wells Tigers. Minute 39 left to go in the third quarter. 44-22 is the score. A 22-point deficit for Cheyenne Wells. We take a 30-second break, then we're back with some more 6-man football. Getting ready to resume action here in Stratton is the home team Eagles versus the visiting Cheyenne Wells Tigers. 6-man football game, a rematch from last year's state championship game. Actually, last year Cheyenne Wells went 2-0 against Stratton. Got to call both those games the openers and enders. Kickoff is up, is caught by Cheyenne Wells. Cheyenne Wells, they're running it. There's just one defender left. He's able to shake him, is he? That's number 5, and he breaks it all the way through. That is a kickoff touchdown by Cheyenne Wells. We do have flag on the play, though. Flag on the play. Thank you to Ace Tire Service for bringing us all of our fouls.
2 flags on the field.
2 flags. Let's see what they are. Because Cheyenne Wells, they had an excellent just kickoff return touchdown there, but we do got flags. As the refs are discussing, let's thank some sponsors like McClave State Bank, Eads Consumer Supply, Ace Tire Service, and Peacock Funeral Home. Thank you to our sponsors.
Looks like a block in the back against the Tigers. That will bring the kick.
So touchdown will be no good.
For penalty yardage.
Touchdown will be no good there for Cheyenne Wells, sadly, due to penalties. So, you know, you really got to watch out for those, as they had a possible kickoff touchdown. However, you know, penalties were committed. Ball will be moved to the Cheyenne Wells, about 14-yard line. So 14-yard line, first and 15.
14-yard line.
So about equivalent of a touchback there. There's a little bit more work put into it. Cheyenne Wells against Stratton. 44-22 is the score. Stratton leads this game by 22 points. Pitches it back to Sheeler in the back, going left side. Able to get past a runner or against a defender before finally getting taken down. But just a few yards short of first down already. Is not taken outside like they were hoping. So minute 10 and counting left in the third. Cheyenne Wells ball as they still trail by 22 points here. Would also like to thank Evergreen Electric, Bison Title Company, Tri-State Body Shop, and Scooters Coffee for sponsoring these sports contests. Appreciate all the support we get. Cheyenne Wells ball. Quarterback under center here. Pitches it back to Sheeler, looking to run on the right side. Sheeler able to go all the way up to a midfield at about the 40-yard line. Is taken out of bounds, though. Will stop the clock, and that helps out Cheyenne Wells. They want to stop the clock as often as possible, as they just have a little over 10 minutes of regulation time. They're down by 22 points. Need to score as quick as they can get stops as quick as they can as they are running out of time. Quarterback under center here. Everybody on the left side. Pitches it back to Sheeler, looking to go right side. As they weren't ready for it, broke a couple tackles before finally tackled by 3 Stratton players.
Back to Sheeler, right side again. Gained 7 or 8 on the play before being tackled by the Eagles.
So Stratton able to stop him once again. Clock is ticking, 10 seconds, but I believe Cheyenne Wells will just let the clock run out, and they do. 44-22 is the score as we are heading into the 4th quarter here on KVAY. Thank you very much for tuning in, be it the radio, be it our Facebook, be it our YouTube. Thank you very much for tuning in. We take a minute break, then we're back with the start of the 4th and possibly final quarter. Action is getting ready to resume. I'm your broadcaster for tonight, Ethan Smithson. I'm out here in Stratton, Colorado. A couple-hour drive up here to call this great football game between the defending state champs Cheyenne Wells and the runner-ups from last year, Stratton, for the season opener for both teams. Start of the 4th quarter. Scoreboard reads 44-22 in favor of Stratton here. Cheyenne Wells ball at the Stratton 34-yard line. Marriott with the ball, quarterback. Oh, he's guarded heavily there. There's the quick pass. Oh, off the hands of his receiver there. Would have been a touchdown had he caught it.
Intended for 2 different receivers, it appears. Falls to the ground, and it's
Will fall on down.
Lead.
Incomplete pass there. Stops the clock. Cheyenne Wells fine with the clock stop, but they might go for more passes. If it, because passes are, you risk interceptions. But, incomplete passes, that'll stop the clock. And also, they can go for pretty long. So, clock has stopped here. 9:53 to go here in the 4th quarter. 44-22 is the score in favor of the home team Eagles. Cheyenne Wells ball, 3rd down, 8 yards to go at the Stratton 34-yard line. Quarterback under center. Issa Marriott with the ball. Finds his mark. That is number 5, Smith, who's done all work here, a lot of the work today.
And pass is complete to number 5, Smith. He's short in the first.
He's done great this game. Smith with a couple rushing touchdowns, passing touchdown as well. He has done excellent for him on offense and on defense. And Marriott, great pickup for him as they got him from Kit Carson, like I've been saying. Kit Carson, not enough players to field a football team this year, so the ones they had, the refugees, you could say, went to Cheyenne Wells this year. 4th down, 2 yards to go for Cheyenne Wells. Looking to push a pass, get a 1st down. Let's see, quarterback under center. They pitch it back to Trey Sheeler. Oh, Sheeler is stopped short, though. That is short for sure. As Gavin Reese stops him, no gain. Will be Stratton forcing a turnover on downs on the Cheyenne Wells Tigers. Hey, big thank yous to Community State Bank, Otero County Health Department, and Lori Peterson, Farm Bureau Insurance Agency for sponsoring this fall sports season. As you're tuning in to KVAY, I'm your broadcaster, Ethan Smith-Senna. And hey, make sure you're tuning in to KVAY tomorrow as well. We got a triple header tomorrow. Tomorrow at 11 a.m., Lamar Boys Soccer hosting Alamosa. Tomorrow at 3 p.m., Lamar Girls Volleyball hosting Woodland Park, and then tomorrow at 7, Miami Yoder at Wiley 6-man football. All those tomorrow here on KVAY. Back in action, though. 1st and a 15 for Stratton at their own 27-yard line. Gave it to Brady Fox, and he just kept going up. About a 5-yard gain, and now at about their 32-yard line. Clock still running, though. 9:15 and counting as this game is looking like it's more and more in Stratton's favor. They have a 22-point lead here in the 4th with clock running, 9 minutes to go. Neither team I don't believe either team has used a timeout this half. Most likely saving it for the last few minutes. Cheyenne Wells are looking to probably stop the clock as much as they can. They hand the ball over to Fox. He found a hole in it, but Smith, an excellent save there. He was past Smith, but Smith able to catch up, put his body weight on him, take him down. But Fox, man, he just broke through the main defense and almost scored a running touchdown. Clock still ticking, 8:45 on in counting. Will be 1st and 15 for Stratton as they are only 17 yards away from the end zone. Hey, big thank you to the Gap in Cheyenne Wells, Keith Memorial Hospital, and Vince's GM in Burlington for sponsoring this specific sports broadcast. Cheyenne Wells versus Stratton in some football action. Stratton ball, quarterback under center. He hands it off for the rush. They gain a couple yards there. Clock is still running, so I'm assuming, Stratton, they're probably just going to keep running the ball, even if the gains are minimal at times. As clock is still ticking, they lead this. They have a comfortable lead here, 44-22 on the Prowers Medical Center scoreboard against Cheyenne Wells. A big thank you to Gabe Roth Farm Bureau Insurance Agency, Fields Grill Catering in Arapahoe, Colorado, and Cheyenne Wells Lumber. Thank you to them for sponsoring this specific sports broadcast. Stratton ball, 2nd and 13 at Cheyenne Wells 15-yard line. They are rushing it up. Judd Eisenbart had the ball. Was shoestring tackle at about the 6-yard line. Excuse me, the 10-yard line. Good work by Cheyenne Wells to stop him, but about a minute has passed since that Fox run all the way down here. As the Eagles are just running clock right now. They're taking their time in their huddles before. And Cheyenne Wells, they just got to stand there and wait. As, Eagles took the initiative to begin the game, and they just haven't let up, and they just kept attacking. When you keep it up like that, it gives you a steep advantage in the 4th quarter. With the ball, Eisenbart looking for a touchdown pass. Almost gets it. No good, though.
Looking for Reese on the play.
Good coverage there by Sheeler to stop him.
Too tough to handle, and it's 4th down, Stratton.
4th down, 7 yards to go here for Stratton to get to the 1st down at the 10-yard line. So they could possibly get another 1st down for them. Once again, if you haven't been tuning in, we are streaming this on Facebook and on YouTube, both going by the name of KVAY 1057. So be sure to check those out. Got the visuals for this game. Got the score up there as well on the games. 44-22, 7 minutes and counting here in the 4th quarter. 22-point lead for Stratton. It's their ball. They snap it back. Von Eisenbart looking for the pass to nothing. Incomplete.
Too hot, incomplete.
Incomplete pass will give Cheyenne Wells, a shot here.
1st and 15 on their own 10-yard line. 6:54 left.
Cheyenne Wells 1st and 15 at their own 10, though. Not the best place to force turnover on downs. Hey, let's thank some sponsors like the Quick Corner, Lau Colorado Farms, and Airbnb by Lauren Hill. Thank you to them for sponsoring this specific sports broadcast. Cheyenne Wells ball at their own 10-yard line, very spread up formation like they were doing earlier, pitching all the way back to Marriott way in the back. Let's see, he throws an absolute long bomb, and it's intercepted by Von Eisenbart of Stratton. That's his 2nd interception he's gotten tonight before he's finally taken out of the sideline at Cheyenne Wells 17-yard line. Von Eisenbart is trouble. He is excellent on offense, great on defense, has both picks tonight. Hey, big thank yous to C&K Oil and T&B Sanitation in Cheyenne Wells for sponsoring this specific sports broadcast. 6:39 left to go in the 4th quarter. And just like that, Cheyenne Wells got a great stop, but Stratton wasted 2 minutes on that drive there. Before Cheyenne Wells able to get a turnover on downs, but then first pass is an interception picked off by Von Eisenbart. Cheyenne Wells, getting desperate. When you're down by 22 with less than 7 minutes to go, you're going to go for those long bombs. But Von Eisenbart has had excellent coverage all night tonight, and if your pass isn't picture perfect, he's going to grab that, snatch it out the air. Did it right now, did it earlier. Do have a timeout called by Stratton, and we will take one with them. We're back in 30 here on KVAY. We are getting ready to resume action here on 105.7 FM KVAY. Fourth quarter scoreboard 22-44, a 22-point lead for the home team Stratton Eagles. Cheyenne Wells Stratton, the last 4 state championships in Colorado six-man football can be attributed to both of these teams, both winning 2 in the last 4 years. In the last 9 games against each other, Stratton holds that edge, 5 wins to 4. Maybe looking to maybe make that 6 and avenge our loss from last year. As Cheyenne Wells went 2-0 against Stratton last year, calling both those games last year I did, and they were fun. But back into action, fourth quarter, Stratton ball, they're looking to rush up the gut. And, you know, their main goal probably just,
Crosses the 15-yard line.
their main goal is probably just run clock here. As Cheyenne Wells does still have 3 timeouts left this game.
Second and 11.
But 6:20 and counting left in the fourth quarter. Stratton with a big 22-point lead. So Cheyenne Wells, you know, they gotta get stops here. They gotta maybe take them out of bounds best they can. Look for a pick. Look to force a fumble. They still want a chance. There's 6 minutes left to go here in the game and counting. Cheyenne Wells trailing by 22 against Stratton. Got quarterback under center. Von Eisenbart hands it off to Fox, and Fox just consistently gaining about 3-4 yards a rush right now.
Gains a few more yards.
Will be third down.
Looks like second and 8. Third and 8 Eagles.
Will be third down and about 7 yards to go at the Stratton 11-yard line. Would like to thank some more sponsors like Garden City Regional Airport, Rancho Supply in Lamar and La Junta, Colorado Mills, Cheyenne County Abstract in Cheyenne Wells, Cook Oil Fuel Services in Walsh, and the historic Cow Palace Inn. Thank you to them for sponsoring the sports broadcast. Stratton ball. Eisenbart hands it up. They rush it up the gut once again. Had a skirmish there in the middle.
A good hole. He's close to the 5-yard line.
Nobody tackled down. Stratton sends it up again. Will be fourth and about 4 at the Cheyenne Wells 6-yard line.
Down 3 to go for the Eagles.
4th and 3 at the 6-yard line for Cheyenne Wells. But Stratton, you know, letting clock run now. We're at 4:45 and counting. Stratton ball, and they will snap here. Long snap to Von Eisenbart, the quarterback. He's going for a pass. Meets his mark there in the end zone. Did he catch it?
Pass intended for Reese. Can't handle it.
No. Look, thought he had a handle on it, but not able to.
And the Eagles.
Will be turnover on downs once again.
Cheyenne
Back-to-back turnover on downs
first down
on
at the 6-yard line.
Stratton, but they've wasted 4 minutes doing that. Cheyenne Wells, only 4.5 minutes to play with, and they're down by 22 points. You know, that's 3 touchdowns with 2 extra points. And, you know, where the 2 two-point conversion kicks and then maybe an extra point to give them the lead here. Cheyenne Wells ball at their own 5-yard line, looking to run it up the gut, but they are stopped. Heck, Sheeler even loses a few yards there.
Again on the play. He lost a yard and a half.
Yards
Second and
lost.
17.
Clock still ticking. Cheyenne Wells in very dire straits. Let's thank some more sponsors like Lamar Auto Parts, J&N Shoes and Mr. D Sports, Da Vinci Physical Therapy, Brew Unto Others, and A1 Rental and Sales. Thank you to our sponsors. Thank you very much for tuning into KVAY this evening. 44-22 is the score. A rematch from last year's state championship game. To end that season, Cheyenne Wells beat Stratton, but right now Stratton is leading against the Tigers. Cheyenne Wells will snap to Marriott, the quarterback. He's in the end zone. He pitches it off. Oh, but it's dropped by Cheyenne Wells. They fall back on it. will be called incomplete there. 3 minutes and 43 seconds left to go here in the fourth quarter. 22-44 is the score. Cheyenne Wells down by 22. Let's thank some sponsors like GN Bank of Lamar Needs, Cook's Floor and Wall, Community Insurance Agency, Tri-County Ford, and Coberly Realty. Thank you to our sponsors. Cheyenne Wells ball. And they pitch it back. Oh, quarterback's in the end zone. He throws a pass incomplete once again. Marriott's throwing some decent passes. But Stratton, you know, their coverage on him is just too tight, and Cheyenne Wells can't really handle it. Just like that, 4th down on Cheyenne Wells, 4th down, 17 yards to go at their own 4-yard line. And timeout has been called by Cheyenne Wells. We'll take one with them. We're back in 30 seconds here on KVAY. It is currently the fourth quarter. Stratton Cheyenne Wells 6-man football as you're tuning in to 105.7 FM KVAY. Has been a tough one for Cheyenne Wells. They trail 44-22 in an away game. We're up here in Stratton, Colorado. And hey, got some sports broadcasts coming your way tomorrow. Got a triple header tomorrow 11 a.m. Lamar boys soccer. Tomorrow at 3 p.m. Lamar volleyball, then tomorrow at 7, Miami Yoder at Wiley, 6-man football season opener. So be sure to tune in here on KVAY for those sports broadcasts tomorrow. And be sure to tune in on the radio KVAY this Sunday for Dwarfenators Wrestling as well. But back to action. Cheyenne Wells, they pitch it, they snap it back. Marriott is smothered there. Let's see. He throws a short pass looking for Leonard, but it's just too strong of a pass. And that will be a turnover on downs. Stratton will get the ball at the Cheyenne Wells 4-yard line. First and down, just about 4 or 5 yards to go for Stratton. They lead this game 44-22. Believe it's already past the point of no return for Cheyenne Wells, but Stratton looking to deliver a final kill shot here. Let's thank some sponsors like Wallace Gas and Oil, Fellowship Credit Union, and Cook Oil Company in Walsh. Thank you to our sponsors. Also, quick reminder, earlier today, football game in McClave got postponed and moved and will resume on Monday. Stratton looking to just go up the middle. They gain about 2-3 yards. They are right there at the end zone. They just need, you know, the push there, and they're good.
Second and goal from the 2.
So 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line. Stratton, you know, they're probably just going to, you know, clock is stopped here. 3:33 left to go here in the fourth. Man, it has been all Stratton tonight. You know, Cheyenne Wells, they get some good glimpses throughout. However, the Eagles have just been going and going. You know, they've led by 22 basically the whole game. They were up 22-0 earlier. Now they're up 44-22. Cheyenne Wells just started a little too late on getting their offense fine-tuned. Stratton ball, 3 minutes and counting, and they're just going to push in. That looks like should be touchdown and will be touchdown for Cheyenne Wells. Or excuse me, for Stratton. Stratton scoring another touchdown, 50-22 for the for the Eagles. The Stratton Eagles scoring another touchdown, making the score 50-22 now in favor of them. Now here comes the kick. That foreign exchange student has been great for Stratton. There's the snap, there's the set. Kick is blocked by Cheyenne Wells, however. And 3 minutes left to go in game time. 50-22 is the score. 28-point lead for Stratton. We take a 30-second break, then we're back here on KVAY. Some football action is getting ready to resume. Six-man action. Stratton versus Cheyenne Wells. Stratton most likely just delivering the kill shot there. They lead 50-22 after that last touchdown. There is the kickoff. Cheyenne Wells had a kickoff touchdown earlier, but penalty blew that one off. And they will take it all the way up to the 21-yard line. Smith has done excellent for Cheyenne Wells tonight. So first and 15 for the Tigers at about their 21-yard line. 2:51 exact left to go here in the fourth quarter. Both teams with 2 timeouts left. Not Stratton, going to use any. And don't think Cheyenne Wells, unless they do have it in them to score minimum 28 points in the next 3 minutes of game time. They just need long bombs and great onside kicks luck. Let's see if they're capable of that here as they pass it off to Fraus Fierro. He gets about 5 yards on the rush. Would like to thank some more sponsors like Tavern 1301, Proverbs Medical Center, Golden Plains Insurance Agency, and McClave State Bank. Thank you to our sponsors. So we'll be second down, about 8 yards to go. Fraus Fierro got 7 yards there. Did go out of bounds, though. Stop the clock, which is what they want. They want to stop the clock as much as they can, move it as quick as they can. They have quarterback under center. Oh, but they dropped the ball. Fumble the snap. Marriott falls on it. However, clock is still ticking after that 2.5 minutes. Cheyenne Wells not going for it. They are taking their time to talk shop. They're subbing out. So Cheyenne Wells, they just, I don't see it happening. They trail by 28 points here. 2:15 and counting here in Stratton. Quarterback under center. He was looking to pitch it back, but he's hounded. Marriott, though, breaks free, and a long pass. Marriott just a little too long in that pass. And, some teams, they go through growing pains. Normal growing pains, losing seniors, getting in some freshmen, new kids to varsity. However, Cheyenne Wells, a little different. They lost their main quarterback from last season, Zach Dickey, to graduation. Also, Kit Carson had their own team last year. This year, they're playing with Cheyenne Wells. They had some great players last year. And, they just haven't had the time to mesh with the Cheyenne Wells players yet. Wind really picked up there, almost knocking down my whole tripod. As once again, we are streaming this on our Facebook and YouTube under the name of KVAY 1057. High snap. Marriott shoots it left to Sheeler. Sheeler drops the ball. He picks it back up, though.
High snap. Marriott grabs it, tosses it to Sheeler.
He will be taken out of bounds. Minute 51 to go here in the fourth quarter.
No flag on the play.
Is a windy one here in Stratton, Colorado. Storms passed through earlier, and it's just been a little windy. Once again, loving my view up here, though, up on top of the booth here. Will be Cheyenne Wells' ball, fourth and about 3 yards to go for him at the 39-yard line. Quick snap, but ref whistling immediately. Hey, let's thank sponsors like Eats Consumer Supply, Ace Tire Service, and Evergreen Electric LLC for sponsoring the sports broadcast. Timeout has been called by Stratton, though. We'll be back in 30 seconds here on KVAY. The fourth quarter is getting ready to be resumed here on 105.7 FM KVAY. I'm your broadcaster today, Ethan Smith-Senna. Thank you very much for tuning in this evening as Stratton leads against Cheyenne Wells 50-22, avenging their losses to Cheyenne Wells last year. Cheyenne Wells beat Stratton in the first game last season and in the state championship last season. Cheyenne Wells going 2-0 against them last year, but Stratton getting their get back. They lead by 28 points. Minute 50 left here in the fourth quarter. They did just call timeout, though. We're getting ready to come out of the Eats Consumer Supply timeout. Thank you very much for tuning in. Appreciate all the support we get from you, the viewer, and also our sponsors. Thank you to Community State Bank, Otero County Health Department, and Lori Peterson Farm Bureau Insurance Agency for sponsoring this this whole fall sports season. Cheyenne Wells, 4th and about 2 at their 36-yard line. It is a windy one now here in Stratton. All the storms passed by, but some gusts have really picked up. Made it a windy one up here. They would like to give some more thank yous to sponsors like the Gap in Cheyenne Wells, Keefe Memorial Hospital, and Vince's GM in Burlington. Thank you to them for sponsoring these sports broadcasts. The ref actually measuring to see if it actually is first down. Bringing out the chain gang here. Let's see what the refs decide on as they deliberate here.
Short of the line to gain. First down, Eagles.
Will be a short there on the trying to get the first down. Will be turnover on downs for Cheyenne Wells. Will be Stratton ball. Minute 50 left to go here. Will be Stratton at about the Cheyenne Wells 36-yard line. Will be 1st and 15 for them. They lead this game 50-22 on the Prowers Medical Center scoreboard, as they've just really taken it to Cheyenne Wells tonight. Quarterback under center, handing it off, and they're probably just going to look to rush it up the gut and waste all the time possible here just on runs. Would like to also thank Gabe Roth Farm Bureau Insurance Agency, Phil's Grill Catering in Arapahoe, Colorado, and Cheyenne Wells Lumber for sponsoring this specific sports broadcast. As Stratton huddling up here as the scoreboard is the clock is ticking on down. A minute 20 and counting left here in the fourth quarter. Stratton just never got out of high gear. Just really put the pedal to the metal today. And they will kneel the ball immediately with the victory formation for Stratton.
It's been called the greatest play in football.
Minute left here in the game. Victory formation, just kneeling right away. Clock will run here. 50 seconds and counting. 50-22. Stratton with an emphatic win against the defending state champs, Cheyenne Wells. They stop it again. Clock is running. 35 seconds. Have claps from the Stratton side, and the Cheyenne Wells side. Both, Cheyenne Wells traveling really well for this game. That'll do it. 50-22 final score. Stratton takes down the defending state champs, Cheyenne Wells. We will take a break here on KVAY, and then we're back with the McClave State Bank postgame show. How is it going, folks, as you are tuning in to 105.7 FM KVAOY? Stratton beats Cheyenne Wells 50-22 on the Prowers Medical Center scoreboard. Oh, this is pretty neat to see. See it every time these two teams play. Get into a circle and pray in the center of the field after the game. That is always great to see between these two teams. But thank you for tuning in. It is now time for the post-game show presented by McClave State Bank. How important is convenience? Well, what if you didn't drive to the bank and wait in line at the drive-thru? McClave State Bank now offering convenient mobile banking and mobile deposit. They offer fast, efficient service and a friendly staff that can handle all your banking needs. You will save time with the convenience and ease of their online banking. And for even more convenience, stop by in Lamar at 309 East Olive Street. McClave State Bank, small enough to serve you well. Member FDIC. Thank you to them for sponsoring our post-game show. So scoreboard after 2 quarters was 30-14 in favor of Stratton. And then they won that first half 30-14, then they won the second half 20-8. Stratton, they just kept it going. Man, they lost, believe I heard about 5-6 seniors, but kept Vaughn and Judd Eisenbar, Reese doing excellent tonight, and Fox. Those boys were just excellent all around for them. Vaughn Eisenbar, incredible quarterback for him. Got 2 picks tonight. Cheyenne Wells, lost a good few seniors last year as well. Noticed that Corey Hill, did not dress out for today. Saw him in street clothes just now out here for the Cheyenne Wells Tigers. But Cheyenne Wells, teamed up, Kit Carson, not enough players to field a team this year, so teamed up with Cheyenne Wells. And, plenty of Kit Carson players were playing today for the Tigers. However, growing pains is one thing, but, incorporating a whole new team into your style of play and getting used to each other on varsity, I imagine that takes a lot of getting used to. And, first game, you got to work out all the kinks. They still don't know, all their tendencies, what they like to do and such. But Stratton wins this one dominantly, 50-22. They took the lead not even 4 minutes into the first quarter and never left it. Stratton avenges their 2 losses to the Tigers last year, and they're looking for another state championship appearance. So good game here on both sides. And now for the MVP presented by Golden Plains Insurance. Golden Plains Insurance in Lamar, Springfield, Walsh, Rocky Ford needs, bringing a lifetime of experience to the table when they discuss your farm and ranch insurance needs. They're committed to you, not some corporation, so they have the freedom and authority to create the perfect policy custom designed for your operation. Independent, homegrown, just like you. Golden Plains Insurance, prepared for your future. Stratton, my goodness, they did excellent tonight. Like I was saying, the Eisenbarts, Reese, along with them, Fox. Stratton's going to be the team to beat this year. And looking at Cheyenne Wells, great work from all around, incorporating everybody. Mason Merritt doing very solid at quarterback. Kelby Leonard putting in great minutes as well throughout the game. Trey Sheeler, excellent running back last year, same this year. But, got to give it to Smith. Man, that boy got a few run touchdowns, great defensive plays as well. Just good work by him throughout the game. Final score 50-22. Stratton, an emphatic start to the season for him. They beat Cheyenne Wells 50-22 on the Prowers Medical Center scoreboard. Before I sign off, would like to give one last final thank you to the following for sponsoring this game. Thank you to The Gap in Cheyenne Wells, Keefe Memorial Hospital, Vince's GM in Burlington, Gabe Roth Farm Bureau Insurance Agency, Phil's Grill Catering in Arapahoe, Colorado, Cheyenne Wells Lumber, The Quick Corner, Lau Colorado Farms, Hair B&B by Lauren Hill, C&K Oil, and T&B Sanitation in Cheyenne Wells. Thank you to them for sponsoring this specific sports broadcast tonight. Cheyenne Wells falls to Stratton 50-22. But KVAY is what you're tuning into right now. We have got 4 more broadcasts over the next couple of days. Tomorrow, we're pulling a triple header. 11 a.m. Alamosa at Lamar Soccer tomorrow. 3 p.m. Woodland Park at Lamar Volleyball. And then at 7 p.m. Miami Yoder at Wiley 6-man football. Those 3 games tomorrow here on KVAY and on our streaming here on Facebook and YouTube. Then on Sunday, watch out for us on the radio. We're going to be broadcasting Extreme Dwarfnators Wrestling at Lamar Event Venue once again this year. So 3 Sports broadcast tomorrow and Dwarfnators on a Sunday. Be sure to keep on tuning into KVOY for those wonderful broadcasts. But that'll do it for me. I'm your broadcaster, Ethan Smith-Senna. Was a tough game. 50-22, Stratton beats Cheyenne Wells here in the season opener for both teams in football. Big thank you to Christy back at the studio for board hopping throughout this game. You're tuning into 105.7 FM KVAY, and as always, you have a great rest of your night.